Usually part of the back-to-school routine, but new research shows more than 2/3 of kids are not getting eye tests during their doctor's office checkups.
So here to answer your questions is Dr. Scott Hadlin, Chief of Adolescent and Young Adult Medicine at Mass General for Children. By the way, Dr. Hadlin, I'm going to put them on because I need them and kids can wear them. So when should kids first start having their vision tested, and why is it so important?
Yeah, Ed, it's a great question. We pediatricians actually start screening vision starting right away from day one in the nursery. We use special instruments to look at the backs of kids' eyes, really sort of right, at the very beginning when they're babies. And we continue this as they age. But the sort of classic vision screening that I think many viewers will be thinking of, and that was studied in this particular research, is where you have that chart on the wall,
right,
and you see shapes or you see letters, and a child has to sort of look at progressively smaller fonts to try to make out what's there. And that's a way for us to test their ability to make out sort of small objects and see properly. And we really want to start doing this. We can start doing it at about age 3 for some children who are cooperative, but we really want to make sure that that first vision screen happens before a child goes to kindergarten and then continues each year for a few years after that. And the idea here is we want to make sure kids can make out letters in school, they can make out numbers, because this is so critical to them being able to read, to do math. I guess I would also add that there are certain conditions as well that need to be detected early and intervened on as soon as possible.
I found out I needed glasses in the 3rd grade by a teacher. So very important. Now, the study found that kids whose families don't have insurance or low-income families were even less likely to have their vision checked regularly. Why is this such a concern?
Yeah, I was really worried about this too. The study found that kids with private health insurance, meaning that probably they had a parent who got insurance through their employer, about 1 in 3 had their vision checked last year by their pediatrician. But when you looked at kids without health insurance, that number dropped to about 1 in 5. So many young people are not getting the vision screening that they need. And again, this is so critical. We pediatricians want to make sure that every single kid has the same opportunity, regardless of their family's resources or ability to pay.
Dr. Hadlin, let's talk about what signs parents could look for, right? Because as we head into the school year, all parents want their kids to succeed. We know not being able to see, obviously, is an obstacle. Maybe some kids don't want to speak up. What are some signs we should watch out for?
Yeah, some older kids are able to verbalize this. They're able to say, hey, the chalkboard is hard to see, or the words look funny or fuzzy. But younger kids can't verbalize that and may not know what they're supposed to be seeing. And so younger kids might squint. They might tilt their head to the side or cover up the eye that isn't working as well. They may at home sit really close to the television if you're watching a movie, or if there's a device or a book, they might be holding it really close up to be able to see it. And then there are also some more vague symptoms that some kids will have, like having headaches or difficulty focusing or concentrating at school. These are all reasons that should prompt a parent to bring their child to get their vision checked and just make sure that there isn't an issue going on.
A parent will see that. Those are great reminders, great triggers.